What's up guys, Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 video. In today's video, I'm going to showcase a very powerful setup. Do you think Striker is the best build in the game? Well, I might convince you otherwise in this video. Hopefully I can give you guys a reason not to use Striker and to swap it out for another setup. With this setup, we can do, it's not going to be as much damage as Striker, but on average with the same exact build, with a few little variants, or maybe a few differences in the attributes. With this setup, I can hit only 50k a bullet less than Striker. And obviously Striker has got some extra RPM. I'll talk about that later. But I can hit almost the same amount of damage as Striker, but I can double my armor. So with the setup that I'm going to be showcasing today, I've got over 3 million armor and I'm doing just about as much damage as Striker. Now you're probably thinking, is that too good to be true? And no, with this setup, I can also heal myself to max armor every couple of seconds. So this is going to be quite a special video, and Striker is very powerful. It is still going to be the best DPS build in most situations. But overall, playing solo in a group, this setup has way more survivability. You know, 3 million armor as opposed to 1.6. I'd rather go for the 3 million armor if I'm doing only slightly less damage. So hopefully you do enjoy this video. Pay attention to the gameplay, then we'll go through the description shortly.
Got a beat on the tango. Come on.
No clear sight line. UAV's going out.
That's it.
Launching the drone.
Vital signs critical.
Hold up. I'll reload right here. Man over here. No good.
Cut down.
Let's move it. They've got Steve.
There's one.
Here is the setup, guys. I'm using gunner specialization, and it is Heartbreaker. I'm sure you could see that from the gameplay. If you guys paid attention, you could notice that I'm absolutely blitzing through legendary missions solo. This build can do anything. Group play, solo play, raid content, open world, it does not matter. This does a lot of damage. I can hit over 700,000 a crit, and I can also generate around about or just over 3 million armor in bonus armor, which keeps me alive. So we're dishing out huge amounts of damage, and we are surviving with that massive bonus armor, and also cleansing status effects, and also giving myself a lot of healing. When I drop the cloud from Catharsis, I can heal myself back to full armor every couple of seconds. So this setup is just perfect for any PvE situation. Now, as I mentioned before, let's do a quick comparison to Striker, because I know that's what you guys are probably thinking. So I actually swapped out the chest, holster, knee pads, and gloves for Striker pieces. Now, obviously, the Striker's backpack increases the efficiency of the stacks. So when I compared Strikers, at first I didn't see much of a difference, but that's because I didn't swap the Striker's bag. So I put a Cheska glove and a Striker's backpack, and then I was only hitting about 50 to 60,000 a bullet more than with Striker than with Heartbreaker, the build I'm showcasing today. So that's about 60k a bullet more damage, and yes, we have got some more RPM and weapon handling from Strikers, but we also get weapon handling from a Heartbreaker, so it doesn't really matter, kind of counteracts that. So we are doing roughly around about 2 to 3 million DPS less than Striker. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but you don't really notice it, and this is something that I want you guys to understand. On paper, looking at spreadsheets never really tells you the story, and that is my honest rule for this game. I have got all the spreadsheets, I've got all the ranking systems. I use that when I'm making these videos, but I never really showcase them. And when you look on paper, Heartbreaker is good, but Striker will always outperform it. And yes, we can do slightly more damage with Striker, but if you can see from the gameplay and pretend I'm not using Heartbreaker, you probably wouldn't even be able to notice. When I use a Striker build similar to this, same amount of armors, same amount of blue cores, and I use a Striker build, I don't really feel the difference. I just feel like I can survive way more using this build. That's why I want you guys to go and put a build like this on and try it. See how you feel, see what you think, and come back to the video and leave a comment. I promise you right now, you may be swapping out your best build for this, because it absolutely just deletes, and it has become one of my primary loadouts. It's a very powerful setup, and I really hope that you guys give it a try. So as I mentioned before, compared to Striker, yes, it is a bit less damage, but the bonus armor from Heartbreaker is easy to stack, and it just works so well in mitigating enemies shooting us. Like I said before, over 3 million armor we can generate from this, which is double what we have now. So the build's quite simple to make and easy to farm, as long as you can get the Catharsis mask, because this is a very important piece. Now, you probably don't need to use the backpack. You could use Heartbreaker backpack to get more armor, bonus armor, but I feel like it's not really a good use of it, because you can get beamed, especially in legendary missions. So that's why I have gone for Vigilance and Cheska to get my crit chance up. It's more efficient. If you don't need the crit chance, and you're not using any mods for crit chance or attributes, then, which I don't think is possible, I'll have to do the math on that, but you can use a Grupo, but I would recommend going for a Cheska. It's just more efficient. You get 10% crit chance, which is very, very good. And Vigilance, more damage, bonus armor mitigates us. Even if you get shot with bonus armor, you still keep Vigilance up. So gunner specialization for the armor on kill. Now, currently I'm sitting at, I think it's 163,000 armor on kill, which is actually quite good, and I really like gunner for that reason. Now with the setup, I'll quickly show you the statistics if you guys want to pause it. So we got 58 crit chance, 137% crit damage. Very nice. Works well. That is quite a decent amount of critical hit damage. So I've chosen to go for the St. Elmo's engine just because of the modifications. I mean, look at these mods. 20% weapon handling, crit chance, crit damage. It is an absolute beast of a weapon. You can use something else. You don't have to use this. You can use Eagle Bearer. You can use FAMAS. You can use the Shield Splinterer. There are many different options, or even the Capacitor. It doesn't matter. Whatever you guys want to use, you can go for it. Whatever works for you. Like I always say, always adapt the build to suit your own playstyle. Don't just look at a spreadsheet and say, oh, look, the numbers are higher on that one. No, you need to practice it. Everything works differently when you actually use it in the game and test it for yourself. You need to try it in different situations as well. Whatever suits you will be better. Then I've got the rock and roll to stack the Heartbreaker, but quicker, same kind of thing as Striker. Then the Orbit Pistol for more crit damage. 1.6 million armor. I wouldn't go less than 1.5 probably. I wouldn't go less than, have 2 reds. Don't go more than 2 reds, I would say. But it's up to you. You can try to do that, but it'll be more efficient having all blues or a few blues, especially if you're playing solo. But it also depends. You can go all red here, but then you're not making use of the armor that you get from this because it scales off of your baseline armor. I think it's about 5%. So the Catharsis Mask is very important. So let's take a look. So this gives us weapon damage, and it's a lot of weapon damage, as you guys know. It also purges status effects. If you're in trouble, you get rid of the status effects. And it drops a healing cloud, which restores 5% of max armor for 10 seconds to all allies in the cloud. So this is good. Even your teammates will benefit from this. That's why I do recommend going for more blues. And also, I guess, to scale with the bonus armor. Then the Cheska backpack. When we get hit, if our bonus armor takes damage, we still retain vigilance. So very important. Now, you can use the Heartbreaker backpack, then use Cheska somewhere else. That is fine. Or you can use Heartbreaker backpack, then go for something like Picaro's holster. It doesn't matter. You can switch out the one piece for whatever you desire. Then I have got crit chance on every piece. What I normally do is I roll crit chance on everything. Obviously, this has got crit damage as well. And then I see if I need to roll, if I've over-spec'd. So don't go more than like 58, 60%. If you have, then roll a crit damage on the attribute. So we are primarily going for crit chance and crit damage across the board. So this one, crit chance, crit damage with a crit damage modification, same as the mask, crit damage mod, and the chest piece, crit damage modification. I tried protection from elites, but it was a bit situational. You can also do that, and this can be a PFE build as well. Heartbreaker chest piece is important. So let's take a look at Heartbreaker just so you guys can understand it. You can use this with an LMG, but then we can't use a shield, but you don't have to use a shield. On Heroic, this build just minces through anything. It's not even a challenge. So that's why I'm not even going to showcase this on Heroic. Headshots apply pulse for 5 seconds. So you kind of want to hit a headshot, then you can hit body shots. So that's why I don't think it's too difficult to do this. That's why I don't use linked laser pointer. You can use the Kingbreaker, actually. Assault Rifle would be good with this. Technician specialization. If you want a linked laser pointer, then you can actually just aim for the body. But I wouldn't recommend it. Just use whatever you want to just hit one headshot at least. It's not too hard. So weapon hits with pulse enemies get a stack of plus 1% bonus armor and 1% weapon damage to pulse enemies for a max stack up to 50. The chest piece takes that to 100, which is quite necessary. Then the backpack, if you guys want to use it as well, increases total bonus armor gain per stack of Heartstopper from 1 to 2%. So if you guys feel like you're not surviving, definitely give that a try. Then put on Picaro's or another Cheska piece. It's up to you. Then that's basically just a Heartbreaker 4-piece, guys. I have got crit chance on every single piece, I think, except the gloves and the knee pads. That's, like I said before, I didn't need extra crit chance. But you could even go for a grouper here, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. So decoy, duration, health, shield, active regeneration, and health. Just put your best mods on there. Give this build a try. It is honestly one of the strongest builds you can use in the game right now. And if you're stuck using Striker and you want to try something different that gives you more survivability, yes, it does limit your damage a little bit. It lowers it slightly, but it makes up for it when you're surviving and gaining all that bonus armor. So please make sure to leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Peace out.